Alright, everyone. For all you non-believers out there, listen. Listen to this, man. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I've literally, I don't want to say this. I really don't want to say this. But I think I've lost all fucking hope, man. And you'll see why.
As well. Starting next week, all international passenger flights must land only at the following 4 airports: Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, and Montreal. In addition to the pre-boarding test we already acquire, as soon as possible in the coming weeks, we will be introducing mandatory PCR testing at the airport for people returning to Canada. Travelers will then have to wait for up to 3 days at an approved hotel for their test results at their own expense.
Like, listen to what the fuck he just said. And then everybody's probably gonna be like, well, I'm not flying. Well, it doesn't fucking matter, yo. Listen to what he's saying. That if you live in Canada and you are flying internationally, you have to be at 4 certain, you can only land at 4 certain fucking hotels. Airports. Alright, and then as soon as you get off of it, regardless if you're sick or not, you have to take a test. Alright? Then you gotta wait 3 days to get your results back. They're gonna approve the hotel you're gonna stay in. Oh, but you gotta pay for it. Okay, so then this is how they get you, because 9 times out of 10, let's just say I fly international and I land and I'm like, well, motherfucker, I ain't got $2,000 just to blow on a hotel like that. So then what they're gonna do is, oh, you don't? Oh, okay, well, here, we got a place for you for free. And then you'll never be seen again. I'm telling you. Y'all think I'm fucking crazy, and I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help everyone, man. This is it. This is fucking it, yo. This is it. And we're just gonna sit here and let this shit happen. We're just gonna sit here and allow this shit to go down. Because of these fucks. He thinks maybe he's safe. I don't know. But a lot of these people are pawns, and they think that they're safe, and they're being told that they're safe, and then eventually when they don't need them, they just fucking pawn them off. Well, let's keep getting it.
Which is expected to be more than $2,000. Those with negative test results will then be able to quarantine at home under significantly increased surveillance and enforcement.
Like, listen. And then if you're negative, then you finally get to go home, but you still got to quarantine for 2 weeks. I just take the fucking sickness away, all right? Take all that bullshit away, and look what they're doing. The PCR test is to amplify DNA so that you can measure it under a microscope or see it under a microscope or whatever utensils or science things you're using, whatever the fuck it's called. That's irrelevant. And everybody's like, oh, we're just trying to keep each other safe. Like, give me a fucking break, man. To all y'all fucking idiots out there. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like hyped as shit right now. But, I mean, what do you want me to do, man? Just imagine. And this is all hypothetical. But just imagine that your friend, your father, your mother, anybody that you know that's dear to you, that, you know, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I'm going to kill your father or your brother or your mother in 2 weeks, all right? But there's nothing you can do about it because you just got to sit here and watch it happen. Now, take that on a mass scale, all right, and think about the world you live in and what these people are doing.
The Mexico Airport.
Why I said that is because that's how I feel. I'm sitting here watching everybody just do. Everything's fucking peachy keen. They're just trying to keep us safe. Oh, it's not that bad. We just get a test and get a vaccine, and then we get to go back to normal. That's not true. I mean, he already came out with it. Fauci's bitch ass talking about that it's still not going to save you from it. It still doesn't make it that you're immune. We just really don't know yet, you know? And not to mention, they're going to blame it all on this mutation bullshit because once it mutates, then it's a different strain, and then the vaccine's fucking irrelevant at that point.
And we fought to get our son home from Arizona as quick as we could, because we knew these regulations were supposed to be going in on Monday, the February the 1st. It's Saturday night at midnight. And my son is supposed to be coming in from the flight from Phoenix, and he is being detained because they didn't accept his test. They're saying it's not accurate, and they are wanting to take him to a quarantine facility. They won't let me talk to him. They won't let me see him. They won't come and talk to me. The Border Patrol services say that they have nothing to do with it. They won't tell me who has to do with it. They won't tell me who's picking him up.
This is if for y'all who got to watch the USA Genocide 2020 to 2025, this is what it is, all right? They are going to take people, all right? And doesn't matter if you know or if you don't know, they're going to take people, and they're taking these motherfuckers underground, and they're going to be hooked up to machines, and you're going to be drained of your fucking adrenaline through your blood, all right? You're going to be cut limb from limb, and you're going to be put to a goddamn machine that's going to keep you alive. I'm telling you. I know that sounds absolutely fucking wild. But what is it going to take for people to fucking realize what they're doing? They took this woman's son. He even got the test. And they're saying that it's inaccurate. So they're shipping him off to a quarantine zone. Or a quarantine place or whatever. But no, you can't know where he's at. Nope, can't tell you that. It's because he's never coming back. I'm telling you. I don't know, man. Like, why do I even do this anymore? I'm so sick of fucking pleading with y'all, man. I am so sick of people calling me a fucking whack job. I am so sick of my own family. Nobody listens, man. And you know what the most fucked up thing is? Is that I had a chance to get out of here. But I knew that in my own heart, if I would have left my whole family back by themselves and I survived, do you understand how I have to live with that for the rest of my life? I couldn't bear to live with that for the rest of my life, man. People don't get what's about to happen. Well, 2021's gonna be better. Yeah, you keep thinking that. I'm telling you. 100,000 people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, have already gone missing. And nobody knows it. Because AI's got your Facebook. AI's got your Instagram. AI's got your, you call the fucking house and boom. They have their voice. They have all that shit. Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm on vacation, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about me. And everybody's like, well, that can't happen. It's happening right now, guys.
Won't tell me where he's going. They won't tell me anything. And they say he doesn't have a choice. They say that it's the law. They say that I don't have the right to talk to him, to see him. And they are taking him against my will and his will. And I'm not okay with it. and I don't know what to do about it, and I don't know where I'm supposed to find him. So this quarantine facility apparently is up and running and totally legal, as they say. And I'm freaking...
And the reason why it's totally legal is because they're passing laws to make it legal. You got to understand that they put in laws that if some national disaster or some pandemic happens, that FEMA steps in and the Constitution's null and void. So therefore, they can do whatever the fuck they want and call it law. But, no, that's not right. The Constitution don't exist. I don't know how many times I gotta say that, yo. And I'm sorry, I'm fucking emotional. I might sound nasty or negative, but this is passion. This is urgency. This is emotion because I'm terrified too. While y'all just sit around and just keep fucking playing your video games and going on your ski trips and whatever other fucking bullshit y'all are doing out there just to pass the time because you can. You think it's bad now? Keep waiting. Just keep fucking waiting. I'm just done, man. I'm fucking done. I'm done with everyone. You know? I have the few people that I talk to, you know, but I don't have any hope anymore. I really don't, you know. I'm sad to say that, but what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do, man? I'd really like to know.
So a few comments here. One is they gave a 2 to 3 day.
All right. Now this, Kary Mullis, this is the guy who invented the PCR test, which I've been saying for fucking ever. And every time I tell somebody this shit, they just ignore me or they just disregard everything that I've said. It doesn't tell you that you're sick. PCR is just a process that is used to make a whole lot of something out of something. It doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing that you ended up with, like CV, really was going to hurt you. All right? Like I said, it amplifies the DNA or whatever specimen you have, whatever it is, and it makes it so it's visible, so that you can see it, so you can measure it. That's all it does. And all they're doing is they figured out that if we amplify it to a certain extent, then this bug is going to show up, and then you're labeled positive. What great way to carry out this demic. I'm not even going to say the whole word. Think about it. Take all this sickness bullshit away because it doesn't exist. But no, go get your vaccine.
Noticed before they locked down the entire country and established 4 major airports as the only safe fly zones that they can get into. 2, this is medical kidnapping because people have no rights. Even if you get the test, even if you do obey, well, they found the tests were fraudulent and they couldn't accept the tests, and so they stuck them in quarantine. And now the mother cannot find the children. And also, what is up with the Prime Minister's green badge over here as well? And also, it should be noted that Trudeau went to Jesuit school, just like Castro went to Jesuit school, just like Trump went to Jesuit school, just like Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, went to Jesuit school, and the governor before him was a Jesuit minister. Oh, and Biden, Roman Catholic, and Pence, Roman Catholic Jesuits. Do you understand who's taking over the world? Do you understand what's really going on here? So I want to play for you just another segment because it's really critical in this short 2-minute speech this guy gave. That there, once you get in and you have 3 days in the hotel that you have to pay for, costing you thousands of dollars, if they decide that you need to be quarantined, you will not be notified. You cannot notify anybody. No one knows where you are. When they do release you, you are released to home quarantine, and you'll be under strict and heavy surveillance and monitoring, which means your entire family is now at risk. which means everybody in that family, let's say you test positive again, they're going to come into your homes and they're going to test you again. So please listen to this to understand what is really going down here. Home invasion.
Those with negative test results will then be able to quarantine at home under significantly increased surveillance and enforcement.
So all these predictions over all the years about how we were going to bend over and take it in the butt, well, guess what? It's happening, folks. Massive debt. And now we've got drive-through COVID testing and anal swabbing.
Like, people are like, well, they gotta keep us safe. I'll be damned. Let alone they're gonna stick a Q-tip up my nose. You ain't sticking shit up my ass, alright? I've already thought about it, yo. I get forced to do some shit, boy. I am shitting my pants so fast. I know that sounds so foul, but if I'm gonna go down, I'm going down with a fight, yo. I'm gonna shit all over that person's hand. Make sure I eat Taco Bell the day before. Like, this is crazy, man. This is insane. I mean, look. I mean, could you imagine? You pull up to this place and you gotta stick your ass out the window, and this woman is going to stick a Q-tip up your ass. No, what it is that whatever's on that Q-tip, just like how, maybe some people don't know this, but you know how some people, like, crazy, I always say it's just crazy white people, they do like butt chugs, and girls will stick fucking drugs up their, people will stick ecstasy pills up their ass, whatever, because it goes directly into your bloodstream. So think about it. Whatever's on that thing is going directly into your bloodstream, all right? I believe that what they're doing now is the VACCIation. But who am I, right?
Double masking and triple masking. And David Dees, you're a miss, because I'd love to see what you would be putting up now with your brilliant illustrations trying to warn us. And the new head of the FEMA, who's taken over all power in the United States, Inc. This is not a fantasy, folks. This is reality. And in vaccinations to our children, they are destroyed for life, along with the Wi-Fi and the crappy food and everything else, smart meters. They're chipping our children. They're going to own them for life unless we speak out, and we speak out now. When we've learned and what we know about what is going in, the artificial intelligence, the transhuman agenda, the synthetic biology of the RNA being altered forever, and the tracking devices, COVID, certificate of vaccine identification, COVID, and the genetic modifications of the RNA of our bodies, which will make us all transhumans. And there are 300 new vaccines in the pipeline that are going to be continually coming after us relentlessly for years and years ahead. And this is from the Johns Hopkins Institute, the same ones that are dictating what we're doing now, the SPARS pandemic, 2025 to 2028. It's going to be relentless. In closing, please watch this video clip.
Which means that they're 2 years ahead, because it's supposed to be 2030 is when everything's in place. Or maybe it's right on time, I don't know. But watch this movie. And you tell me movies aren't telling you the truth.
Of the movie that just came out, Songbird by Michael Bay, on the dark side, predicting what will be happening over the 218 months after the originating of the corona, and that what was transpiring since then in Los Angeles, to give you an idea what they have planned for us all.
Good morning, Miss Garcia.
Good morning, sunshine. I miss you. I could kiss you right now.
Someday.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
Beginning thermal scan. thermal scan normal.
A horrifying new development today.
Confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Hey, whoa! I'm immune! I'm immune!
Worldwide death toll rises to over 110 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
Sarah, what's going on?
Department of Sanitation.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you got visitors.
Sarah, please. Sarah, open that door.
Sarah, do not open that door.
Beginning thermal scan. 3, 2, 1. Anomaly detected. Armed guards will be arriving in 4 to 6 hours. You must not attempt to leave your home, or you will be shot on sight.
I know you're in there.
They're coming. I have to let you go.
No. Sarah!
Say goodbye to me.
Sarah, I'm not letting you give up.
Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to survive.
I'm trying to save the one person left in my life that matters to me.
I can't help you. What you're talking about is illegal.
And remember, stay safe, sane, and sanitized.
So you tell me, am I just making all this shit up? Like we've got this is it. The grand finale. What more can I say?